Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will. I'm joined by my co-host over here, the Greeze. And we got a buddy in studio.
Yeah, I'm getting loose.
I'm
getting excited because Josh typically gives me shoulder rubs, and I'm trying to get some blood flow up there, so it's worth it.
Yeah.
we had Tiny in here a couple weeks back. And then we've got Josh in this week. We just keep upping like the attractive
looks.
Man card.
Yeah, and they keep getting this what you know what I mean?
I don't know
They keep
what you're
getting
saying.
skinnier is what I'm saying.
Okay, I'll let
got a
Tiny
better
do it.
beard than I
Tiny
do.
is not.
He's got a better beard than I do.
You have.
He's got great hair.
You're a little bit thinner in both stature and beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his beard's a little bit more full.
Yeah. Some people would call me like a budget cut rate Tiny.
Yeah, right. A tiny is what I would say. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a little game I came up with called Stuff Josh Has Not Had. And so I'm going to be pouring him things blind, and he's going to talk about these things because if you aren't familiar with, which I'm certain you are, because if you're watching this, you're definitely familiar with Josh and his co-host,
Lovely
wife, Erin, over at Stuff and Whiskey on YouTube. They do really fun stuff, but they love to do blind stuff, and they have a very elaborate blind system that there is zero chance we could pull off without Greeze messing up. So we don't even try to do things like that.
I love what you just said.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this. Will and I are going to taste along too. We're going to reveal the bottle after every pour because we got 5 pours and I'm not having 15 glasses up here.
That's right.
One question I had for Josh.
Shoot your shot.
Where did you meet Erin? Youth group.
We met through photography.
Oh,
Yeah. She was
What
a
kind of photography?
She was a photographer. I was a photographer. I was shooting wedding photography in Nashville back in the day. And she moved to town, tried to slide into the emails and start second shooting with me.
So wait, there wasn't DMs then?
No.
That's cool.
But I never hired her to work with me. But years later, I slid into her DMs. And then that's
it
how
was
we
probably
reconnected.
for the best that you didn't work together prior to getting married.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
I'm pretty awful when it comes
That's
to
what
work.
I was about to say. I've heard you can be an aggressive boss.
Man, I was hoping that y'all went to like youth group together and y'all got caught holding hands and y'all just felt like, ooh, you're scandalous. You want to be scandalous with me for the rest of your life? Let's get married.
It didn't go too dissimilar to that. Just not a
Yeah,
youth
it was
group.
just scandalous photography.
Yeah.
Boudoir.
Probably not. Yeah, no, strike that. Okay, so we're going to get right into this because I have 5 things that I am certain Josh has not had. And I'm going to say, because he was like, okay, how certain are you? Because I've had quite a lot.
Okay, and he did share these pours with me, and I can say with 99% certainty, because I can never go 100 because Will gets mad at me when I go 100. So 99% certainty that Josh has not had.
Here's the stakes. If I'm wrong and you have had one of these, you may select any bottle in this room to take home with you.
The ante is up.
Yeah. Literally nothing is off the table in this room. So that's how certain I am. I'm certain.
I just mouthed something to Chris Prokopiak.
All right. So you're going to have to close your eyes because we aren't fancy like y'all.
I don't have to close my eyes.
Consider me blind.
You don't have to close your eyes. No.
And no cheating because I like surprises.
Yeah. Okay. So keep your eyes shut. And I'm going to pour this one.
And we'll reveal the bottle afterwards.
Yeah. All right.
Josh, he did not hold back.
And these all have kind of some stories. Get over here. Hold your arm in the shot. There you go.
Little cameo.
Yeah. Chris is going to be joining us for the 15. And the rules for the 15, Will, is any bottle in here outside of like a couple of bottles that you and I own together and then some birthday bourbon that has important dates for me.
All right. You can reveal your
He's
eyes.
going
Sorry.
to pick a bottle and we're going to drink it. Any bottle.
All right, so this is our first beverage, of the show.
Yes.
Right, they've been drinking already. So dive in, do your thing,
Will
do
got
your
here-
stuff
Will
in
got
whiskey
here late.
business. Oh, it smells great.
Oh,
it smells great.
This smells like there's 23 flavors, Jim, and I'm talking about Dr. Pepper.
I hear you.
I could see your Dr. Pepper, yeah.
And I'll raise you a cherry.
Yeah, more like a cherry Dr. Pepper.
But no vanilla.
That smells very good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get some kind of creaminess that kind of sits like it's vanilla.
You guys ever go to Mitchell's Deli?
Honestly, kind of like a root beer float to me. But anyway,
It's been a long time in East Nashville. Is that? Yeah, it's
Where?
been a long time.
Mitchell's Deli.
no.
They've got like old school sodas on tap.
Ooh.
So like cream soda, orange soda, grape, cherry cola, all that stuff. I don't know the brand. It's like a Panther on it or something. It has a creaminess that this has on it.
Oh yeah, I like this one. I like.
I
to start
love
out here.
those old fashioned soda things. Ooh. But I've never gone to one that like, dude, you got to go there for this. Because you know they're using more syrup than other things like McDonald's does with freaking Coca-Cola.
Let me ask you, do you have a problem with the extra syrup usage?
No.
You trying to cut down on your syrup intake?
No, you know what? The only time I'm not pro more syrup, dude, did you remember those old slushies and that you could do the flavoring yourself?
Oh yeah. Those can go sideways real quick.
I pumped it like twice as many times as
Of course
you're supposed to.
And you're extra like that.
And it was disgusting. It was so bad. I've never had more chemicals in my body at one time. Well, so one time I had surgery. That was rough.
All right, what do you think?
I like this one. On our grading scale over at Stuff and Whiskey, we go 2 thumbs up, just okay, or thumbs down. I would put this firmly in the thumbs up camp. I like this a lot. I would very much like to have a bottle of it.
Oh,
It is real nice.
All right, you want me to reveal? Because Greeze told me also, he's like, only got like a certain amount of time on the video card. So,
dude, that's cherry syrup, dude.
Yeah, it's
right.
very good.
you want to hear what it is?
Let's see it.
All right, let's see. If you've had, it's called OMGP. Now, I was out in New Mexico a few weeks back, and I got to meet up with our buddy Kaz.
He was out there seeing his buddy Kaz.
Whiskey Kaz was a longtime staple of the Instagram community, and he gave up whiskey a couple years back due to some health issues. And he is a genius on many levels, but he would talk to a bunch of distillers and just learn all about it because he loved like the science behind it and everything. And he has created some of the greatest home Frankenstein blends ever. And he still had a bunch of these at his house. And I went and we tasted through some stuff and had a good time. And he sent me home with a bunch of stuff. And this is one of them that I had years ago, the OMGP. It is, it's basically a blend of some of the greatest of that like 10 to 12 year MGP bourbons that like you were seeing like Nodder bourbon from Blonde Brothers, the Belmead stuff, like some of those single barrels that were just killer. He like curated some of the best and made an incredible blend, and that's what you're drinking right here. So this is probably 200 milliliters left in this, and this will be gone forever. So this is a guaranteed you had not had this OMGP blend from Whiskey Kaz. So
Yeah. It's very good.
And that's where it is a little bit cheating because
He's also really good at blending.
something like that, it's not something you can purchase, and it is definitely a whiskey, but it is not one that you'll ever have again either. So he also did this project in Infinity Barrel. When he gave up whiskey, he took a bunch of his whiskey and got a barrel and filled a 53-gallon barrel with whiskey and aged it, would taste through it, and then bottle. I still have an unopened bottle. I think you probably have one around here too, Grease, of the Infinity Barrel. And he put it in a Belmead. Nope. No, it was a full 750.
Oh, wow. Oh, yes. Infinity Barrel up there with the purple wax.
Purple wax, yeah.
Do you want to get it?
Oh,
Yeah, fetch that. So he's a really cool guy. I spent several hours with him in his house and just talking, catching up. And this is something he brought back sent back with me, and I'm very happy to be drinking it. And I'm going to treasure that. But it's a crazy thing. Like that tastes really, really good.
Yeah. And if you've ever done any home blending, it can go sideways real quick.
fast.
Yeah.
So to produce something like this, that is, let's be honest, like that's some of the best MGP bourbon I might have ever had. Like that's really, really, really good.
What do you think, Chris B? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
It's sweet. It's soft. Like it's delicate. It's complex, and checks those sweet cherry note boxes that I do love. And it's got oak.
The oak profile on it is beautiful. That's what I keep coming back to.
But it's not even close to being over oaked.
No.
It's like there's zero bitterness. But you
some
taste
of those,
oak.
some of those barrels started to teeter on that he used.
Yeah.
Some of those Nodder bourbons that had started to get some of that bitterness in it, those are in here. But he was able to actually soften that bitterness. So
yeah.
That man is a legend in my eyes right now.
go ahead and rinse your glass.
And hydrate.
Why would you want to?
Well, because I don't know, you don't have to if you just want to taint the next one.
Were I home alone, that's the type of pour that I'll pour, drink, and then just smell the empty glass for about an hour afterwards because it smells that good.
You said, were I home alone? And I immediately went to Kevin McAllister, and I'm thinking of you taking whiskey and using it as aftershave and just screaming. That's where my head went. But
Josh, while we
scream a lot when I'm home alone.
While we
close your eyes while I
one,
pour this.
I want to hear what's coming up, Josh.
Yeah,
you can talk on the mic.
Forward.
All right. Where's the mic? You guys know I can't see because I just ran my face into the mic.
No, you're good. What's up next for Stuff and Whiskey?
Well, the big thing is we've got a charity fundraiser. We do an annual charity fundraiser every year for mental health, and that's coming up in 2 weeks or a week, 1 day less than 2 weeks, 2 Sundays from now as of yesterday. And last couple of years as a community, as part of the WhiskeyTube community, we've raised over $30,000 for mental health. And all that money goes to a charity organization called To Write Love on Her Arms, which is like 4 out of 4 charity navigator organization out there. And we're hoping to get 20 this year.
You can open.
We're hoping to get.
I always forget to tell you.
We're hoping to get 20 this year and make it a nice even round $50,000 donated to charity. And other than that, we're just hanging out on camera, drinking whiskey together, me and Aaron, and having a good time and trying to make content that people find a little bit enjoyable and a little bit informative.
There you go. Stuff and Whiskey on the YouTubes. All right. Number 2 of things that Josh has not had.
Okay,
maybe.
This is not a blend from Cause, so let's just go ahead and get that out there.
You know, Will's choices here on order of drinking things is definitely
backwards.
Suspect.
I did this on purpose because I want you to have something really good at first, and I don't want to lead with the lesser whiskey. That's mean.
That's fair.
I didn't want you to think the whole thing is a trick.
I appreciate the clean palate for that.
This tastes like rusted wet grass.
It does, yeah.
I mean, sorry, this smells like it.
It smells like a cornfield after a rain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. With rust.
The husk.
Yeah, with
there's a wet grass.
There's a rusty trailer.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
The tractor is broken in the field.
You just passed your dad killing a Milwaukee's Beast.
You gotta get one of those other Glencairns down here we can use as a dump. Just after you take a sip if you don't want to finish it.
Yeah, that's just a lot of corn. It smells craft. Like non-legacy for sure.
That's just hot corn.
You say hot trash? Or hot?
It's not great.
I don't mind when it dissipates.
It's honestly...
But that's like me saying, I don't mind when it's going away.
Yeah.
It's for craft, it's not the worst thing. I mean, it's corn and caramel.
It's not quite offensive, but it's not great.
It's pretty offensive.
It's not good.
It's not Dickel Tabasco, but it's also not something I'm going to reach for on my own.
Okay. I'm going to reach in this bag and reveal. So this is Big Gus Black Rye Bourbon. Where is
that from?
This is from a little place called Angelo's Steak Pit in Panama City Beach, Florida. They have 2 different... There's a high proof one, too.
PCB, baby!
So I grew up my entire life. We'd go to Angelo's Steak Pit while we're on vacation. Famous place. Got the big old bull longhorn out front. But, this is 100 proof. It says... There's a lot of things that are suspect on the labeling law.
Yeah, it's called Big Gus.
Well, no, that's the name of the Angus, okay? This is a blend of straight bourbon, rye, and barley whiskeys, but yet they're calling it black rye bourbon. It was distilled and bottled by Timber Creek Distilling in Crestview, Florida, aged a minimum of 2 years.
They have such good water in Florida.
And it's not great, but a buddy brought back this and the high proof version to me because he took his family to Angelo's because he had not been there since he was a child, as I have not either, and took his kids there, saw that they were selling whiskey, and brought me back. They come in 375s. I think they're like $50 a pop too, so they're not worth the price. I would say it's a solid pass.
Yeah, that would be a hard thumbs down on the Stuff and Whiskey rating system.
Yeah, but it's a fun thing. Also, I've done a really good job of getting rid of things that I find repulsive in my collection. So I was trying to find. I'm like, I gotta have something
That is the most negative word you have used for a whiskey since our founding.
Well, and
you just called it repulsive.
I said I've gotten rid of things that are repulsive.
Correct.
So I had a hard time finding something like a negative whiskey to throw in the mix, but I have this, and it fit the bill. So
it checked the box.
Unfortunately, Angelo's Steak Pit is not the best place to get your bourbon. I think.
Are you saying Angelo Snake Pit?
Steak Pit.
Well, what the heck is that? A restaurant?
Yes, dum-dum.
I don't know.
Angelo Snake Pit is a different place in PCB.
The only thing I know in PCB,
they also have a whiskey.
The only thing I know in PCB are miniature golf courses and all-you-can-eat buffets that have shrimp. That's the only thing I do in Panama City.
Okay, well, first of all, it's an institution. It is up there with Captain Anderson's. So
I thought you were saying
how are the
PCB
steaks?
is an institution.
it is as well. How are the steaks? I haven't eaten there since I was a child. So can't confirm
So
or deny.
you've been hanging on to the steak pit, whatever it's called, for that long, and you've that's a core
didn't
memory.
Go get this. I didn't go get this.
I know. No,
Right.
I'm saying you went as a kid. That's why it means something.
Oh, 100% a core memory.
Yeah.
It's a giant longhorn statue, like bigger than your basement out front. You get your picture with the old disposable camera.
Okay.
Probably have 50 of those photos of my childhood somewhere.
Yeah.
If it looks like the bottle, it's a good looking steer.
It
I
looks
don't say
like
so
that.
myself.
Yeah, it's a giant longhorn. So that was the negative one. All the rest are going to be much more palatable.
He could be using some misdirection here.
Want to close your eyes?
I shall.
All right. So
Josh, how do you balance work? How do you balance family? How do you balance being a whiskey tube animal?
I don't know that I do a great job of it if you ask Erin. So she might be the better person to answer. Man, processes, batch filming, having a good time, trying to make sure that we're only saying yes to things that we really want to do, like being here hanging out with you guys tonight.
Oh,
you know, we gotta.
You can open your eyes.
You gotta.
Where's Erin?
Can't overextend yourself.
She did not want to
hang out with y'all.
She's like, I've done that once.
Well, Erin, for what it's worth, I agree with your decision, but I miss you.
Oh, yeah. Now we're back in action, boys.
Oh, Josh, tell them the story.
Well, this is Jack Daniels,
about
something or another,
when I come over to your house,
or 1792, or Brown Foreman. This is banana, cherry, vanilla. Oh, when you came over to the house?
you know, like what Erin said prior to it, like her confusion. She's like red alert situation in her head.
Well,
Like she has no idea.
yeah. You know, you guys know Greeze, so
Unfortunately, we do.
it's one of those things where Erin was like, I don't know. And I'm like, no, you know, we're all good. So Greeze comes over to the house, which, by the way, I think about you on a near daily basis.
I'll
have you know.
Yeah, no, you have to
Yeah.
give the premise of
Oh, yeah.
why.
I think about you way more than I think about the Roman Empire. Do I, Will? Do I really?
The premise of why he is over there is because, and I question your decision making in this. You posted like, does anyone know how like a good person to run cable, like Cat 5 cable or something for internet? And Greeze posts, I can do that, of which I see, and I text him like, you are such an idiot. Why are you always trolling people? He's like, no, man, I went and did it. I'm like, first of all, what person in their right mind would accept your offer to allow you to come do low voltage electrical work in their home.
Dude, that kind of stuff is
This guy.
therapy for me. Like, I freaking love it. Like, I would never want to do it for a job, but I do love doing. Did it work? Does it look good, John?
Yeah, let me tell you, this is a great story. So Greeze shows up, and we're like, Greeze responds to the post, and he says, "I can do that." I thought it was a joke, and
as everyone did.
everybody, except for I did have one person message me and say, "Hey, Greeze is for real. He can actually do that." And it's somebody I trust. And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, and then I checked with Greeze, and I was like, and he's like, "Yeah, I can do that." So he comes over.
I didn't even fathom in that being taken as a joke when
Which
I read
is
it.
also says something about you.
Right.
So he shows up to the front door, cut off sleeve shirt. You had a jacket on, but then you strip that off to the cut off sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
And then you bust out this big drill and you check out the room, which is upstairs. And you're like, "I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go downstairs and drill through the floor."
I didn't. No. There was like 45 minutes of strategy planning.
Strategy planning. Yeah. Did you think maybe there's a plumbing that I'm about to drill through?
Well, to be fair, I'm making the story a little bit better than it is, but it was a room over top of an unfinished garage. So you got a straight shot up at it.
Okay.
So we do our due diligence to make sure we're going to be coming through between the walls and everything. And, he hooks up, we run the cable from the modem or router or whatever it is. I'm not a tech guy. And then we get it up through the floor, and Greeze installed this nice little wall plate, which is why I think about you so often, because when we're recording, if I'm looking at our screen and I look right below that, there's that wall plate right there with the cable coming out. And every time I see it, I'm like, Greeze did that.
Never unscrew that wall plate, because I'm certain there is something horrifically profane written on the other side of it. So
There's some. I won't say what it is, but there's something dead behind it. I smelled it. I didn't do it, but I smelled it.
I love you said, I'm not going to say what it is.
I didn't do it.
Wait, I didn't do it. Somebody else did.
Is that what that smell in that room is? I've been wondering what that is.
I mean, it's been a minute. Hopefully it's decomposed at this point, right?
Or you just acclimate to it.
Right. That's probably what it is.
Josh just violated an NDA.
So Greeze installed the Ethernet cable, works like a charm. Then we recorded a video for Stuff and Whiskey, which was a ton of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, it was a good one.
And Aaron and I talked during the recording, and I was yelling to and from.
Oh, yeah.
We had a full-on conversation.
Yeah. Oh, after you left, she's like, "He's so sweet."
He doesn't put off that vibe on the internet.
Yeah, not to blow up your spot.
Yeah. He used to be, and then YouTube happened.
You can cut that if you need to.
I'm not cutting anything. Sounds like work.
All right, so what do we think of pour number 3?
I'm still on the Brown-Forman 1792 Jack Daniels train.
I have a feeling it's probably more in that 1792 pocket, if I were to guess.
I don't think he has Jack.
Give a rating of like your old.
It's kind of too soft on the back end for Jack. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like
you
Jack,
know what
still,
this is.
I don't necessarily know, but I know that.
I see what you're saying. I understand the context of what you're saying. Yeah. No, I'm certain there is probably. That's a funny thing to say. There's a good chance there's some Barton product in this. Okay. It's not exclusively that.
Oh, I know what it is.
So give a rating.
By that clue, I know what it is.
I would say this is a solid thumbs up. Personal palate preferences taken into play. I like the OMGP.
I do too.
Better than this, but this is like that was a very firm thumbs up, bordering on 2 thumbs up. This is a solid thumbs up. I would like to have
this
a
one
bottle
drinks
of this.
a little hotter. Are they the same ish proof, or we probably don't even know on the MGP, do we?
No idea on either of these two.
Oh, that's true, because we don't know.
This was a special concoction for Whiskey Weekend Batch 4. It was one of 2 blends that Dixon did exclusively for our Wheel of Irresponsibility.
And didn't he use the last bit of something?
He used some stocks that he had that were from Owl Blending.
Yeah, he was like...
He had leftover stocks,
and
basically we had a batch. We have batch 1, and this was batch 2. He made 2 different ones that we put on there. And so it's essentially like Lost Owls is almost a way to think of it. Obviously not as much thought went into it as like a product like that.
I mean, I love that name.
A Lost Owl.
That's what you need to say, the Lost Owl.
Of this batch, that's all that's left. So,
yeah.
Thank you.
Hold
Thank
on,
you for
hold
sharing
on to
that.
that.
Yeah, that's
This is a
that's
special
another fun
pour.
thing.
Dixon,
Also,
we love you.
Guarantee you never had that.
Definitely not had
Yep.
that. I love the spice on the back end of it.
Yeah.
Like it's like a rye spice, barrel spice combination that melds together so well.
And I know in some of his earlier
That spice is coming off like a little heat to me. Though.
products he had stock of, there was some Barton involved, among other things. But I think that's probably where you're getting that flavor profile.
Greeze, I like it a little hot.
No, I'm not. It just feels peppery, like because of the heat on the back end to me.
You don't like pepper? What you got against pepper?
No, I like pepper. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I
like,
got a little salt and pepper. You got a little salt and pepper.
Okay, 2 more. Who's ready? If you would be
I
so
am now.
kind as to close your eyes, good sir. All right.
Yeah, the whole reason we can even stream on Stuff and Whiskey is because of Greeze. We were having some serious problems before you came and put that Ethernet cable in.
We all were doing like pretty much on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Which you know what? We're on Wi-Fi right now.
Which is a nightmare.
Nah, it's fine. We're fine. We're doing fine.
All right. You may open your eyes.
Okay.
Oh,
I was
makes me giddy.
I was about to get real nerdy and niche on some like house like board game type stuff. One Night Werewolf, Ultimate Werewolf.
Haven't
Nobody.
played that one.
Nobody. All right. It's a game where you ever played Mafia?
Yeah, it's like Mafia.
Play
Yeah.
bears
But
versus
you have-
babies.
Yeah, werewolves are bad. You don't want to be a
sounds
werewolf,
intense.
and werewolves
Solid
try to
game.
kill all the villagers.
But there's an app that goes with it, and you go through the roles of all the thing, and then at the end, the narrator says, "Everyone, open your eyes," and it sounds like
Is this like a seance?
Did you do the narration for it? Is that one of your side gigs? You sound
they
just like
don't
the guy.
necessarily tell me what it's for when I read those, but I mean, I made a pretty penny off that open your eyes. I didn't. That's not real. Oh, yeah. This makes me happy.
This is interesting.
Yeah. To me, it tastes a little bit like honey.
I feel like that mobile game version of that would be super cool. Because it basically runs the whole thing, right? You don't have to have like a designated like person.
Right. Yeah. It does everything.
Like, all right,
It's a good
everybody
game.
go to sleep.
Greeze is about to really get into something new.
I ingratiated myself with Aaron's family with this game. They play Mafia. I went out on a limb the first time we went there. Went there.
That's a risk.
Oh man.
Risk.
Hey, you gotta,
I love risk.
Hey,
Risk is good too.
you got to risk it for the biscuit, and I wanted the biscuit, so I took that risk. I took the game. Her family loved it. They all bought it. It worked out.
Smart.
The story could have ended way different had I took that game there and they
They're
didn't
like,
like
yeah.
it.
this is garbage.
This is
Don't
not
mess
Mafia.
with Mafia.
Like if you wanted a biscuit and got a donut, that's a swerve.
I like a good donut too.
yeah.
Right. Oh, okay.
There's a lot. We're gonna keep moving. We're gonna moving.
keep on moving.
Hey, Chris B, what do you think about this whiskey?
Hey, Chris, how you feel about it, baby? I'm excited
use
for
a
Chris
thumbs
to
up.
come on in a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
I can't figure this one out.
Is it whiskey? Is it not whiskey?
I haven't even-
Is it Mafia?
It might be a rye.
Oh, this is super interesting. Got like minty.
Yeah.
My favorite is when we do these blind things and Greeze sees what I'm pouring, and I showed him beforehand what we have, and he's so shocked at what's in his glass. He's the best person to
I
do
haven't
blind
tasted
tasting.
some of these. You're bringing back some good stuff that I like. Dixon, that blend, I had it one time at Whiskey Weekend. 2, that OMGP or whatever, never had that before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think I couldn't figure this out because I think it is a rye. And I went into it coming off of 3 bourbons and it just threw me for a little bit of a loop for a minute. But now that I've got my bearings about me,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty rye nose.
yeah. It's almost got like it's got some like spearmintiness and it's got some like marshmallowiness to it.
Gooey.
Oh. I don't know what that is.
Oh, you not know?
I'm trying to think about what bottles you pulled out. Well, I didn't know which ones you were going to do. And then
I poured
did
it.
that.
Your eyes were open.
No, I didn't.
As I poured it.
I
in your
didn't.
glass.
I didn't want to look at it.
He didn't make eye contact.
Okay.
Never make eye contact.
I've only looked at the first. I've only looked at the first one. I didn't know what the Big Gus was. Or I know
yeah.
I did see the Kentucky Owl.
Man, okay, this is good. I'm real picky on my ryes.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot. This is a thumbs up.
This is one of my all-time favorite ryes.
I do like the Lost Owl and the OM. Right now, I can't even remember things.
OMGP.
Yeah,
I would prefer those to this, but this is good.
But you're a bourbon guy, so of course, yeah, that makes sense. This is
It's a solid.
This is a top
a lot
tier
of rye
rye
in
to
the
me.
mash bill. If I had to guess, a lot of rye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If it had some 95.5 in it, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's good. It's balanced out. It's got I had one sip. I'm going to take another sip. It's got a very interesting thing going on the finish.
Mm-hmm. Almost, it's that like bitter dryness that makes me salivate, which is weird.
It almost has like a little bit of like a cocktail vibe on the end.
It does. You're right.
Almost like
A little cinnamon back
Like it's
there
finished
too.
or something.
A little
Yeah.
cinnamon.
maybe cinnamon, maybe cherry.
It has some oak influence that I think you're not used to probably getting on a rye, that because so many ryes fall in that 4 to 6 year range that are on the shelf, right? Yeah. That if you're getting an older rye, that's what you're getting notes from the barrel that you're probably not used to getting. Yeah. And so that's where some of that cinnamon and some of that fruit maybe is coming out that you're not particularly used to getting on a rye. But maybe it's because it has a little bit more age on it.
Good. Like to get a thumbs up on a rye for me is quite a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I can go just okay, take it or leave it. Doesn't mean I don't like it, but it just means it's not something I would necessarily want to have a bottle of.
Yeah.
I would definitely like to have a bottle of this. The finish is, I call it like faint but lingering. Like it's not a smash you over the head sledgehammer type of finish, but I can still taste it. I mean, it's been a minute and a half. I still taste the finish, and it's just like a beautiful woody oakiness.
I had water and I still taste it.
And it smells great.
All right, I'm going to reveal.
The mintiness is dying down, and I'm liking it even more now.
So this is a Whistlepig 10-year pick.
Really?
I forgot
That-
about this.
Greeze and I think this may be the first barrel pick we ever did.
It was 100% the first
we did it
barrel
with
pick we ever did.
a kit with Justin, who at the time was at Carruthers. So this was Carruthers Wine and Spirits in the podcast. He's now with Southern Spirits Collective and doing great stuff up there. But we did a kit in the store, and this entire barrel sold out in a day.
Well, technically there was 6 bottles put aside for a couple of days.
Sure.
But I want to shout out really quick to Dustin Whitaker, who made that
116.8 proof. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah,
That was rude.
no, that's fine. Yeah, it's 116 proof. It's one of Will's favorite ryes. I have another one that kind of slides past it a little bit, but Dustin Whitaker was a listener to the show back then, and we had this barrel pick. And when I say like none of our people were really local, in the podcast world, they're all over the place. Well, everybody wanted this thing, and so Dustin said, "Y'all call in." Order it, pay for it over the phone. I will pick them up and ship them for everybody.
He drove down
That
from
man is a
Indiana,
saint.
Dude, there was like
loaded up his
100
car
bottles.
with whiskey and drove back and shipped every single one.
Every single one of them.
That man's an absolute saint.
Yeah.
For like, I don't even know if I don't think he got paid for it.
No, he just
I
volunteered
don't
to
think
do
he
it.
asked for shipping money.
I don't know.
Anything like
That's
that.
crazy.
So this is all that's left of this. First barrel pick we ever did, and I love it. It's a special bottle, has a lot of memories in it. And this one Greeze and I opened, this is my last one back in the winter, and we drank some from it. Mm-hmm. So it's a cool bottle.
I still have one. I still have my bottle saved.
Yeah, I'd pick that barrel for sure. That's a good pick.
Yeah, the mint on it is gnarly.
But it mellows out, and then you just get all the age.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm saying it's a good mint.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing.
It's a mint.
I'm going back.
Here's the thing. You kind of want some of these notes
yeah.
to be kind of overbearing just to create uniqueness.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's all about, when you're dealing with single barrels, it's all about communicating what the single barrel is, like how it shines, why you picked it. And that's one I could write a soliloquy about it.
Oh, okay. I know.
As you
I know
should.
what this one is.
I don't know what soliloquy means, but it sounded smart.
Neither does the
Buckle
green.
up for this one. God, I'm excited for our viewers and
open
listeners to hear this one. By the way, quick shout out to all you guys
All right, you can open
in the
ice.
chat.
So see, they're already talking about how good this is going to be. Are you guys seeing what this is? Are they seeing it, or is it like
Maybe.
is it
Maybe.
covert?
There's no way they would know what this one is because it's in an undisclosed.
All right now. Okay. All right now.
Double thumbs up.
That's where we're headed.
nose.
That's where we're,
thumb nose.
that's where we're headed right now.
thumb in your nose. Sorry, I'm acting out a little bit because Chris is here.
Had to.
Is this not just? Is that not stupid? That's stupid.
Ooh, that's good. That is very good.
This one's different.
There's a couple of things that make this great.
I'm communicating what we're getting, so I'm not trying to guess what it is though, but it's got some buffalo traciness to it.
Okay.
It's got kind of that red berry sweetness. It smells kind of fluffy. Like I'm looking over
That's
there.
'cause I farted.
I see the Fox's Donut Den sign over there,
Yeah.
and it's like
You got donuts on the mind.
it's kind of like you got this fluffiness of a donut in the glass somehow in the nose. I say that sometimes on our channel. I don't even know that I
It's
know
called
what it means.
airtime. Okay.
What does fluffiness mean?
It's been oxidized.
I don't know.
Just light flutter,
Yeah, like it's
like the wind.
like fried dough. Like it's light, but it's also dense at the same time.
like a pastry.
Yeah.
High fat content, a lot of air.
Yes. All the things I like.
I like to jerky everything. I don't like to fry it.
Pardon?
Doughs.
What?
I turn deer meat into jerky.
Okay, that one was one of the worst jokes you've ever made. Like, I know you tried real hard on that one. It was abysmal. I've never heard you make that awful of a joke where there were 3 mental leaps required to get there, because normally your brain is only capable of 2 mental leaps. And most of the time we're sitting at 1. No, that was a solid 3 mental leap joke, and it landed so poorly. I'm embarrassed for you. You need to apologize to yourself, if for no one else. It was that bad. I'm upset. I told y'all this was going to be raw.
My stomach hurts. So
My face hurts.
that was awful. Don't ever do that again.
Yeah, set that reminder for every morning. Repeat.
Dude, my abs
repeat.
hurt.
Oh man.
And my abs need it too. Like, I'm down on weight, but I look like a freaking 65-year-old with like the flubber all over.
You look like old
You're not
donut
65?
Fox's Donut Den, if you know what I mean. Hey,
I know by my beard, it might
See
be
that one? That one? No mental leaps needed. You look at Greeze and understand the joke. Good joke.
One of the more remarkable things, having followed you guys for so long on the podcast and then doing YouTube content and stuff, is how, Will, you're able to just keep it straight faced so often. And it might be because you're just you know Greeze, you know him like the back of your hand. Mm-hmm. But when he was on our channel and we did a video together, I could not keep a straight face. I don't know how you do it.
I just don't humor him anymore. That's all it takes.
You gonna smell my beard like my daughter? There it is. There it is. That's what you came for.
All right, that one was great. How many thumbs
dude,
up?
that was a fluffy cheek, dude. Come
1 or
on.
2.
That's what you're talking about. I know his notes now, Aaron. Let me go ahead and tell you something. Good on you.
How many thumbs
Those
up?
cheeks fluffs.
This is 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs
This
up.
is 2 thumbs up. I'm feeling like it's something I've never tried before, so I probably
That was
won't
literally
get my hands
the
on
game.
it.
All right,
Right.
Literally, the game was
But
called Stuff
I
Josh
would-
has never had.
I would love to have a bottle of this.
All right, hang on a second. I want him. All right, so Cause was involved in this.
Yeah, this is
That's your one. That's your one hint.
circle.
What do you think he blended, based on your notes that you came up?
I mean, based on what it tastes like, it tastes to me like it might have some Buffalo Trace in the mash bill, which I'm not I know you guys are big Buffalo Trace fans. Not my favorite distillery, but there are some of their products that I really enjoy a lot. It tastes like it's in the line of some of those. So it tastes like it might have some kind of like stagg type stuff, stagg junior, maybe some of that in the profile. But yeah, I mean, it's got this beautiful, again, talking about a beautiful oak profile. This has got it sweet oak all over the back end of it.
Yeah. This is called BTAC Blasphemy.
There we go.
And this is literally a blend of the high proof BTACs. So it's Thomas H. Handy. It is
George C. Stagg.
George C. Stagg, William LaRue Weller. And I think it may have Eagle Rare 17, the 100 proof. I could be wrong. I'd have to check my facts on that. Yeah. But then he threw some Blanton straight from the barrel in it as well. And nice. He massaged it to get it where he wanted it.
Dude, this one's
theoretically creatable.
Well, one of the more interesting things about it is that if you just took George T. Stagg and William LaRue and you blended them together, you've got all that age, you've got all that proof and everything, and it's going to be really good.
Right.
But adding in the Handy to it introduces like a spice that's why I was kind of leaning more on the Stagg Junior vein.
Sure.
Because it's got some brightness and some liveliness.
Yeah.
That's an incredible blending job.
Yeah, it's great also because it's not just like equal parts, like thrown together. Like
well, then how do we make it?
I could probably get the recipe from him.
There's zero chance he probably did put it in Excel.
What are you talking about? He has it written down guaranteed or written down in the old noggin.
You get the recipe, I'll get all my BTAC bottles out. And I'll make it.
Yeah, and he'll be like, okay, it's specifically got to be like 2015 George T. Stagg.
Yeah.
2013 William LaRue.
It will have to be
2020. Like, it's going to be like these very specific.
That's what it'll have to be.
Will, this past Saturday with Mike Ives and Chris, we finished off the Eagle Rare 17 from 2009.
Oh, yeah, you did.
We signed the bottle.
Smart. All right, how did you like our game?
It was a great game. It has inspired me to do some more home blending.
Yeah.
Until I go home and do about 3 or 4 or 5 home blends and ruin some good whiskey, and it tastes like absolute garbage water. And then I will be back to not home blending anymore.
That's fair.
And leaving it to the pros.
I feel like somebody needs to track down Kaz and be like, "Hey, man."
I know where he is.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, have him come on here and just talk about his philosophy of blending.
Yeah, he would.
You know who else can blend the heck out of a bottle of whiskey? Your friend and mine, Mr. Matthew Porter.
Yeah.
Oh.
That man can blend some whiskey.
I have the Bardstown Bourbon Company blend back there, but I don't want to open it because I not at least for now. But like, I don't know. Matt's a good friend. Like, I like having that bottle, and I don't have to rush through it. So
Greeze didn't get a lot of trophies as a kid, so that's why he keeps things like whiskey on his shelf as trophies, or like
actual trophies,
literally right in front of us, so you can look at it every time. This is Carnival Blackjack Tournament champion. He won a blackjack tournament on a cruise ship, and he keeps this precious item, which is plastic, right here on the desk for us to look at every single week.
Well, my wife said I couldn't win it. I won it. I bring that out everywhere. She needs a reminder that when she doubts me, I will rise to the occasion and I will double down. I will split tens. I don't even give a crap. I will do that.
How many other times
I will overbet every time.
You can't do something and you can't? I feel like 9 times out of 10, she's right. I've met her. I know her.
Yeah,
quite
but that
well.
1% just got me $500 in a kick-ass trophy, Will.
It is an ass trophy. It is not kick-ass.
You know, my wheels were spinning on how to make it happen, but you made it happen.
It was there.
I've never put so much weight in my life on something that literally weighs like so 2 little. Envelopes.
Yeah, it's not heavy.
That is easily removable.
Knowing
right there.
your like propensity for accidents as well, like I'm surprised that thing has not broken.
It is remarkable.
Knowing how accident prone you are.
I have a lot of accidents.
You just do things wrong.
It took me a while to figure out, the pooping thing, but I figured that out.
It's the reason I would never let you run cable in my home.
Right.
So,
I had to.
Valid.
Yeah.
That's valid.
All right. Now you want to go to the 15?
COVID fixed it, though.
Josh, thanks for joining us.
Thanks
go check out
for
Stuff
having me,
and
guys.
Whiskey.
This was a ton of fun.
We're going to bring on our buddy, Chris P. and we're going to drink some whiskey. Let's hit it.
Hit the music.
There you go. Scene change.
That was fun, guys.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Thanks for sharing that stuff,
Absolutely.
man. That was awesome.
Those are some cool pours. That BTAC stupid.
Yeah. This too.
That's like
That one probably takes the.
All right, Crispy, what are we doing on the 15?
Oh yeah, hang on.
You got to make sure we have enough time on the card too.
We do. What does it say? 31 left. Great. Yeah, we're good.
Great.
So let's get him seated. Let's set up
Do you
the
want
prep.
17 pillows too, or
I'll just take one pillow.
What are you picking? So do you know what you're picking yet?
I know which lineup.
Lineup.
No, I'm not taking like
like man, there's a lot.
Yeah,
of,
we're opening the Kentucky out.
He's taking some liberties here.
We're opening all the
You come
Kentucky
on.
out vertical.
Yeah, generally speaking, I haven't looked at like which specific ones. But
Okay, cool. Well, how do we want to do that? Do we want to know first,
No.
or we just do it live? Like he picks them live, and I have to stomach it because I told him any bottle. Oh God.
All right, scooch up you a little bit.
Hey, bonus points if it's already open, Chris.
There's no points.
There's bonus points. He knows what I'm talking about. All right. Each bonus point gets a shot at second base.
With you? Yeah. Greeze, you don't. That's a guarantee. Yeah. All right. You just kissed him on the cheek.
Hey, man, listen, I don't like law enforcement, but I do cop a feel. That one worked! That one worked! That just popped into my head, too. Like, that's borderline comic genius.
I saw a Franklin motorcycle cop this morning pull someone over.
On a golf cart?
No. He was on a motorcycle because he was a motorcycle cop.
No, I know that guy.
No, he pulled over a vehicle, like a car.
Okay, well, good on him.
He didn't put his kickstand down, and his motorcycle fell over. And I pulled over to watch what happened. The guy gets out of the car. He's like, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" And he's like, "No, I got it." And he was putting his back into it, trying to push the motorcycle up. And I'm like, "That guy's not getting a ticket."
or he gets doubled.
All right.
Yeah, he gets doubled. All right, we're back with freaking Chris Prokopiak.
That's not how it goes.
yeah, that's not it.
And we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left, Will.
But someone joined us.
He did. Golly, he's joined us for a while. He's one of our biggest supporters. He's a cheerleader for us. He sends us so many incredible pours. He's produced many of these episodes.
How do you feel about being called a cheerleader?
I'm fine.
Okay,
I'm fine
that's
with
fair.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. I don't know how much he's cheering, but he's like he cheers us up.
Okay. It cheers me up when we find samples of this that you have lost.
Cheers multiple times.
All right. So we brought him on to do the 15, and you said he could just pick something?
Yes.
Like there was
There's
Outback Steakhouse, no rules.
Well, there's a few bottles up there that either Will and I have combined that we probably need to use in certain ways, or I have like very particular batches or dates.
Which ways?
I don't know.
Okay. So there's a couple off limits, but mostly on the table.
If it's not open, we'll open it.
All right. So
Kentucky Ale Batch 2, stay away from that one.
Chris, you're going to pick a bottle from the Nook for us to open.
Yes.
And drink the whole thing of? Is that the other rule?
I mean, let's hit it. We're going to hit it hard regardless. I don't know
right.
how hard. Hey, listen, tell him he just sat there and just bashed me for not opening bottles and their trophies. What did we do on Saturday?
You opened up a lot of bottles. You did.
Were they good bottles?
Absolutely.
The ones that he wouldn't have opened with me? Clearly.
I mean, he
You
still has to back
enjoy
up.
the spoils, Will. Like, if there's an open bottle, you get to have it.
All right.
But
But you
Chris-
also drank some of my open bottle. Which
Chris
is
was
fine.
here and I
It's
felt like-
fine. I shared.
Celebrate.
All right. What are we doing, Chris? What's the you said I said, do you know what you're gonna pick already? And you said, I know the lineup. And I was like, whoa, we're doing a lot.
I'm like, wait, I thought we were doing what?
All right, what do we pick?
Yeah, we're gonna need a vertical.
So we're going to do Kentucky Owl.
Okay.
Okay, which ones?
I thought about saying the dry state, but I'm not going to do that.
But it's already open.
No. Yeah.
Is
hang
it
on.
open?
Hang on. We might not have any left. Y'all are gonna have to talk though while I'm doing this.
So Greeze said we may not have any left. He's looking in the box because that was a wheel pour, and I believe it did get opened at Whiskey Weekend.
We got it, baby!
All right, so that's the one you want to do?
Look at all this juice.
So this is $1,000 bottle retail price. I don't think there was much of a secondary price on it because it was already $1,000. So
Dude, hang on. We need a sidecar.
of another Kentucky Owl.
Yeah.
Greeze said we need a sidecar, and I said of another Kentucky Owl. He's not on mic, so I'm giving you the play-by-play.
This is one of my favorite.
He's saying this is one of my favorite.
This is one of my favorite Kentucky Owl bourbon batches. So we're gonna. There's no way to A/B these because
Which batch is this?
this is batch number 8.
All right, so we're doing dry state first because it's lower proof. This is only 100 proof.
Yeah.
And the batch 8 is 121 proof, if memory serves me correctly.
You are correct.
Yeah. How about that? I can read the side of a bottle from across the room.
You just read this?
Yeah, I did. All right, so this is dry state. This was it came in a beautiful box. It's
wooden too.
It's a wooden
They
box.
did not hold back on us.
It's not a cardboard box. Gentlemen.
Oh, the box that the box came in had like this lining of velvet inside. So I took it
was
out, I flipped it over, and I put it on my pillow.
Fuzzy box. Uh-oh. You can't. You're going to have to cut that out.
I'm not.
It was a velvet lined box.
This might be my favorite episode.
So dry state. This was 1920 to 2020 limited edition. Heck of a year to throw out $1,000 whiskey with all that stimmy money. You know what I mean?
Dude, was that not well placed?
Yeah.
Good on you, dude.
Dixon did that one on purpose.
Dixon.
A unique hand-selected blend of our, it says most, but it also could read worst, precious barrels of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys.
I have a very definitive thing about this bottle. This beats taste OFC every daggum time. The OFC noses are incredible. They are so stupid, but as soon as it doesn't,
You can tell
the
there's
two
some-
batches that I have had have been very short-lived
Yeah.
experience.
This definitely has some of maybe the similar stock of that proprietary blend from earlier in it. I
Oh,
can
yeah.
see that. There's some flavor profile notes, but I mean,
But that
here's the thing.
that Barton, there's not that Barton bite.
There was only
You know what I'm talking about? Like that.
there were only 2,000 bottles of this produced
Yeah.
at $1,000 a pop.
$2 million net.
Not net.
Gross.
Yep, that's how that works.
Well, I wasn't factoring in tax.
I mean, that box alone. Oh my gosh. It's fun. I like it. It's great. If you were at Whiskey Weekend batch 4, was it batch 4? Dixon included this in the tasting for everyone there.
He brought
so
like
we had-
4 bottles of it.
3. Batch 3.
Oh, because he
Right.
was at 4.
He was at 4. Yep.
4 was the custom blends.
Right. Batch 3, he had this and a couple other delicious things for us to have.
Let me go ahead and tell you something. No whiskey is worth $1,000. However, in that same vein, this kills OFC, if I'm being honest. Destroys it.
Every single OFC?
No, the ones that I've had. What is the one? Was it 94?
You tell me, boss.
I think it was 94. Maybe 91. I don't know. I don't care about numbers. I'm just saying I had OFC from Buffalo Trace. The nose was stupid. I smelled it for 10 minutes. Then I finally took a pour and it was great. And then boom, gone.
Here's the
Just
deal
gone.
with this one.
And I'm like $1,000 bottle.
We've had some high proof, high flavor things, and I think this is standing up in the mix. And that's
At lower proof,
at 100 proof.
yeah.
That's a sign of a good flavor, a good palate. Is that we've been drinking? We had a bastardized BTAC, and it came out great, but this is still hanging in there. So I think this is great. Good pick.
Chris, what do you think about it?
Buy bar pass. You got to do it.
Well, you talk about it a little bit. Do you
Yeah.
have any notes? Do you have any notes? And then you can tell us about bar path.
Yeah, definitely getting like red fruit on the nose.
Yeah.
I feel like
Which red fruits though?
Okay, don't even. He meant to say dark fruit, okay? And then if you're quizzed on that, you just go plum. Oh, okay.
you say stone fruit.
Stone fruit,
No, not on this one.
dark cherry.
I do get cherry, I think. Yeah.
Stone fruit like a peach.
I'm just trying to think about
Nectarine.
all dark fruits. Peach and nectarine, good work. Those aren't dark.
No, stone fruit, dum dum. Don't put that bottle to your mouth. I know where that bad boy's been.
Which one? The bottom.
Both.
Dude, I added some names to the wall.
I'm proud of you.
Chris is right back here.
Yeah.
Mike Ives signed it somewhere over here in like La La Land, so I made him sign it again. I made him put Mike vertically right. You can't see it, Will, but it's
'Cause there's
it's a thing. It's pretty funny.
It's fine.
I was
Maybe
like, dude, just write Mike over here.
maybe
so we
one
can actually
down.
see it.
Remember that time you said no one signed this area, and then I put my signature very large, exactly where you wanted to
It
hang.
wasn't
like a
that one. It
picture.
was that area.
No, it was over there. You were mad, and then you said it'll be over there, and then other people signed over here. Because I'm going to tell you something. Preston signed it way later than I did.
Brett signed it first when he had some Benadryl for some allergies and came over and he had a few pours and he was not the greatest listener. I would say that, but it's fine. I had a poster there and so I removed it and then it's fine. Nobody can see it. Don't matter. That's how I feel about wind.
Wind.
Yeah, nobody can see it. It doesn't matter.
Gosh, you're trying so hard.
What are you talking about? I'm not trying anything. I'm just telling you how crappy wind is.
Trying whiskey.
I was like, oh, the wind. Like, it's just a bunch of clear enzymes like moving around
Enzymes.
or whatever
I
they
don't
are.
think you even know what enzymes.
Particles, molecules. Oh, I guess oxygen is a molecule.
No, buddy. It's an element.
It's an element,
Yeah, it's an atom.
but it's not like O2.
O2, I guess, is a molecule because it's two of them.
Well, you get O2 in the daggum airport sometimes with those freaking oxygen bars.
Oh.
Let me go ahead and tell you something. If you do it right, you can get two at a time.
I love a solid IV place where they give you oxygen too.
Oh,
One
you
just
do have
opened
that
up
place.
local.
Where is that at? Because I need
The
to
one
go.
I went to was in Austin.
Okay, well,
but
I'll
they
fly.
just opened one off Cool Springs Boulevard that's got the oxygen
same thing?
mask. Mm-hmm.
You want to go?
Right now,
Can we film content?
100%. Well, I don't know. We have to ask them.
Yeah.
I don't make the rules.
It's a right to record state.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I know.
You've been hanging on to that one for
No, I haven't.
7 years.
I haven't hung on to it. You just educated me on a very situation that I thought I might be going to jail for. And then you enlightened me,
Yeah.
and I actually had to Google non-record states.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this bad boy.
Bye, bar.
Oh yeah. Say bye, bar.
Bye,
Pat.
bar path.
Yeah. He said red fruit, and we derailed it.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
So
other thoughts on it?
yeah, other thoughts before you give your rating because it's $1,000 bottle. We all know we're probably not like, bah.
Yeah, I cannot say buy on this for the $1,000 MSRP price.
Nobody can.
Yeah. But what if it's a twofer?
I mean, unless you're Dave Ramsey or somebody that's out of debt. You know what I mean? Then you can do it. You know what I mean? Like he needs to have like an entree leadership or like total money makeover that just like how to free up money for whiskey. Like, can he just do that sidebar? Like get a bigger whiskey budget and then just cater all the things to that.
Yeah. Like how many envelopes you need for that bad
$1,000
boy?
softball fund. What is that? Snowball.
Rainy day fund?
Yeah, it's a
Softball
snowball thing, and
snowball?
you gotta have the emergency fund, which is still $1,000 after 30 years. So I'm gonna go ahead and call him out on that. Need to up that one, buddy.
I'm going to tell you one thing. I've got an emergency, and it's dry state. $1,000.
You've got an emergency.
Come in.
I don't understand what emergency. You're just an emergency. It's $1,000. I got it. I was going through the baby steps, Will. Okay, I was trying to figure out how I can invest for my family one day. Okay, let me go ahead and tell you what not to do. Scratch off lottery tickets and piddling
All
around.
right, can you? I just muted his
piddling
channel.
around with crypto!
Can you tell me what your buy bar pass rating is on it?
I mean, it's tough. It's really good, but I feel like if the MSRP is $1,000 to go bar it, that's going to be a really expensive pour.
Probably
It's one of those
$100.
borrows. It's the gray area. Find a buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
that's like a very, very special occasion bar, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if 4 guys go into it, you're probably paying the same price for a quarter of the bottle than you would at a bar paying, $200 or whatever. Because they're trying to break even on that bottle, which is probably what, 600, 700 as far as wholesale.
I've never been a wholesaler
So
myself.
they're trying to make that up in like 2 or 3 drinks.
So what does double rare go for MSRP?
Double Eagle
the
variant?
Eagle, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't followed it, but back
think
in
it
the
was-
day, it was
wasn't
like
it
8
two-
or 10.
No, for SRP.
Oh, SRP was
I think it was 2000.
2000. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know local bar had 1 ounce for $325.
I mean, that's about right.
Yeah, that checks out. So 4 ounces, they're probably covering their cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 ounces, yeah.
So then, in theory, this would be about half as much. But like
Sure.
$160 for an ounce at a bar. It's a very special occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
that's
done worse for less.
It beats OFC, but OFC is 1,000% not worth it. This is like 100% not worth
Keep
it.
harping on the OFC. I think OFC can be worth it. I've had very good OFC.
OFC sucks.
The one you had.
Seriously, like the more time Buffalo Trace spends like doing those little things, the worse it is. Okay? Just go ahead, just put everything in the daggone rick house for 10 years. Call it a day, release it at 107,
Yeah, 100%.
release it at 104, whatever you want to do, 97.8. I don't give a crap. Just release it. Don't even worry about it.
And release at least 7 more Weller line.
Oh, no,
While
100%.
you're at it.
No, dude, I realized this the other day. There's so many more colors they can do. Like, why on God's green earth
Did
can we
you
not
look
get
at
more
like
colors?
a color palette and finally decide, like, your child came home from 3rd grade and said, look, Dad, there's more than just the 5 colors of Weller that you told me there were.
Yeah, it's called M&M's, Will. Just look at M&M's. They haven't even hit the full M&M spectrum
That's
yet.
true.
Skittles.
You can't even taste the rainbow
When
on
you
this.
start hitting neon, Lord have mercy.
or fruit stripe gum.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're moving into pastel season.
All right. All right.
I love pastels.
He still hasn't said buy bar pass. He's like, he's been talking.
Oh,
but we
I
won't let him.
am a.
Not you.
Oh,
I said very special occasion bar.
Okay,
But like,
I like it.
That's, yeah. I can't do more than that.
I have to say for that money, and because I've already had it, I would say like pass. If I found it in a bar for like $70, I'd probably buy it. I'd probably be okay with that.
This is batch 8 that we're having.
But you got to understand, they're only going to make $700 on the bottle.
Hey, shoot that.
What was it?
Dry state.
No, I just had that. This
You already poured
This
it.
is not dry state.
I thought you were waiting for it. Sorry. Here you
No,
go.
I'd already poured. I don't
All right,
want it
Chris,
anymore.
Before you, we'll top you off. Oh, this is your,
That was a shock to the system.
we got to
What proof
kill
is
the
that?
bottle.
Thank you.
Like 120 something?
121.
Just a little 10% more alcohol. Just throw it at my face without me knowing. I know it looks like my alcohol. I know it looks like my face looks like alcohol's thrown at it. That's what I was trying to
Harsh
say.
blows. It's not going to, I'm not.
Did we float it?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to sign another bottle. Did y'all have some? Oh, heck yeah. We all get to sign it.
All right, let's try this one. Greeze, how do you feel as you just threw it back?
I think I've got a backup 8.
You would. Trophies.
I just said a backup. I didn't say it was a trophy.
You going to open it?
Let me go ahead and tell you something, dude. We just floated one of my favorite Kentucky outpours. Okay?
Because not by your choice.
He did choose that one.
Oh, dadgummit, you're right. Wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Get it honest.
I'll be honest with you.
Cheers. Cheers to Chris.
This was a good idea.
And to
Is this
Josh.
mine?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
poured
it
you a
is.
scotch more since I made you shoot it.
Much better the second time.
Doing a lot of cheers, actually. Much better the second time.
I feel like air has gotten to
Shoot
this little.
that. And I thought you had dry state. And so you did. Because you don't ask questions.
I don't.
Oh,
Shoot that. This has gotten a little.
a lot of caramel on it.
This has gotten a little bit of air.
Tastes like cola.
like maybe a little too air.
I disagree. I see what you're saying.
Well,
it definitely has airtime.
No, it's lost the boldness on the palate. It's way softer than it normally was. Like this thing was a hitter. This thing was like velvet
still a hitter.
leather, like oily.
You had 7 things tonight. You got a little.
I know what this freaking tastes
I'm
like.
saying you have palate fatigue. It's not your fault.
I don't
it's
have
a thing that
palate
happens
fatigue.
to men your age.
I don't have palate fatigue.
You know, you can go. You don't even have to go to a doctor anymore. You can do online telehealth visits.
Oh, I did that today or 2 days ago.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Palate fatigue. It's
like-
real, friends.
It's like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a steroid shot, doc.
Oh, that's
He's like,
not-
well, we can't give you that over the phone. I'm like, well, you just tell me where to stick the needle. I was like, I'll go video mode. Right in the right cheek. Let me go ahead and tell you something. Giving yourself your own shot, you might as well just let one of those catfishes freaking just eat your daggum hand underwater because it jumps up and gets you
Talking
without
about
you
noodling?
knowing. I am talking about noodling.
I love noodling.
And needling.
Dry needling.
Drop
Different. It's a thing.
freebase.
Oh my gosh. All right, folks. Thank you so much.
I said Freemason. Well, I can't say that either.
Well, now we're demonetized because they control YouTube.
Dadgummit. Hey, I'm pro Mason,
You've laid some brick.
I think.
All right, goodness gracious, where did I come from? It's been a month since we've done this, and we're
We're excited. We have friends here.
Yeah.
This has been great.
All right,
Have you been saving up all these jokes for like the past month?
Clearly, I knew he would say something about Mason, so I wrote that down.
Chris, if you think I remember jokes to do later,
He wasn't talking to you.
you're mistaken.
He was talking to me. That's called eye
true.
contact. All right, Chris, buy bar or pass on this one. It was like $300, I think, SRP.
I think I'd still go with
That's it. We're done. I think
bar.
bar. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Support us at patreon.com/the podcast. Greeze and I have a lot of cool announcements coming up. In that time that we have been away, we've actually been making some really good plans about the future. Go support us there, patreon.com/the podcast. Hang out with Chris P on some virtual bar nights and town hall action. And we're going to let him do the final tagline because
I was going to say,
I'm
but we
embarrassed
spill it.
by you. We don't know Jack.
But we'll drink it.
But we spill it.